Hi guys! Welcome to One Paw in the Sand and my tour of the Riu Touareg Hotel, Boa Vista in the Cape Verde Islands. I spent 4 weeks here during December of 2022, so I feel like I explored the whole hotel and thought it would be good to do a little tour for anyone who's thinking about visiting or people who have already booked and just want to check out the facilities before arriving. I'm not affiliated with the hotel, I just had a nice holiday and wanted to share. In the description, I've listed key areas in the video, so you can jump to that point if you don't want to take the full tour. It is quite a large hotel, so this might put some people off, but if you take a look, you can see how well it has been set out and how easy it is to get everywhere. Welcome to the reception area. This will be the first place you come to when you arrive, and you will probably agree that it's quite impressive. As you can see, the holiday reps have a corner reserved for them, so if you need to come and see them, just head this way. If you're anything like me, you might spend some of your evenings here, as it's a nice place to sit, play cards and have a drink. There are seats all around the edge, and then more in the bar itself. It was around Christmas when I was here, so that's why there are trees and decorations. I'm sure they aren't here all year round. The hotel reception is usually manned by 5 or more staff, so the wait to check in isn't too bad, and there is always someone there to help you if you need them, but they also have an app that you can contact them through, though my experience was a little hit and miss with this. This is the Atlas Bar. It's the only bar that's open 24 hours a day, and it also has a proper coffee machine for anyone who wants a real caffeine hit, or a hot chocolate. This was my first stop each morning. Pots of coffee are available in the restaurant, but if you want a latte or a cappuccino, you'll need to use the machines just around the corner or come to this bar. From the reception area, you move into what I named the town square. The hotel feels like its own village, with everything radiating out from this square. It holds most of the restaurants and has evening entertainment and bars with plenty of seating. This is a serve yourself area, with a coffee machine, soda machine and beer tap. In the late evening, this is also where the snacks are available after the restaurant closes. From what I saw, there were burgers, fruit salad and a few other items to pick from. So what is around the town square? You have the nightclub Pacha, Marley Bar, which holds the welcome meeting each day and is a karaoke bar in the evenings. The main entertainment stage with another self-serve station just to the left here, and seats, lots of seats. Even though the hotel was busy when I visited, there was no problem finding somewhere to sit. If you want to watch the evening show, I suggest sitting directly in front, as the sound does bounce around a bit if you sit elsewhere, so it's not quite as enjoyable. There is another bar in this corner, open in the evenings, and it did seem to be a quieter one while we visited. The 2 covered areas on this side of the square are designated no smoking areas, great if you want a seat without smokers nearby or for a bit of shade. The bar in the centre of the square opens for the evenings, and as you would guess, it was one of the busier ones from my experience. Each evening there was a warm-up musical act of some sort, which is set up here, and some were great. This side of the square is dedicated to the few on-site shops. One is for pool inflatables and sun cream, etc. part of the spa where they do the manicures, the snack shop, just in case the vast amounts of food in the restaurant isn't enough for you and you're willing to pay the high prices for it, the souvenir shop with local art and jewellery, and 2 clothes shops who changed their display each day, so it became a bit of a game trying to guess what colour they would be each morning. If you walk down the side of the main restaurant, you find some of the specialty restaurants that need to be booked through the Riu app. You also find more seating. This is usually used in the evenings and can be one of the quieter areas to sit. The first restaurant is the Kulinarium, which does have additional dress requirements of long pants for men if you want to eat here, and is reserved solely for people who are in the adult only section. As I wasn't in the adult only section, I couldn't experience this one, but I visited the others on multiple occasions, so I'll put the link in the description of my experience of each of them. The second restaurant along here is the Italian. You can generally get pizza and pasta in the main restaurant, but if you want to be in a smaller area so it feels less busy, then this is a good place to book. The first time I used this, I was a bit disappointed, but I think I was expecting too much. The second time I went, I enjoyed it for what it was, and was much happier. Read more in the blog, link in the description. Most people won't need it, but the conference centre is also just along this walkway, next to the main restaurant. Back in the main square, you can see all the outside seating for the main restaurant. You also have seating under the 2 covered areas on this side of the square, surrounded by the beautiful palm trees. There's also lots of seating inside, so you can choose which is best for you. I would suggest bringing something of low value to leave on the table while you go to get food, as the waiting staff are very efficient and can clear your table while you're away, or someone else might just take your table if it's not obvious that you're returning. Tucked away in the corner, we have the 2 remaining specialty restaurants. Kabuki is the Asian style restaurant with amazing sushi and rice and noodle dishes. I went here 3 times over the month and the food was amazing each and every time. The local fare restaurant is Boa Vista and has some amazing seafood on offer. I wrote about my experience of both of these restaurants in my blog, so to find out about what they offer and what I thought, head to the link in the description. Heading back through the square, you can see just how big this area is, so I'm sure you can find somewhere suitable to sit whenever you want to head to this part of the hotel. This is one of the most beautiful gardens in the hotel, and it all looks so green and lush. I loved this fountain and seeing the flowers and cacti around it. It was also one of the landmarks I used when we first arrived to help me navigate. Straight over from the town square is the main pool, but we will see this a little bit later. Some people are worried about the distance they will need to walk if they're placed in one of the external blocks. You can see the adult-only section in the distance, so if you request this area, you're also on the outside of the resort. The entrance is from near the main pool. I was in the 9,000 block on the other side of the resort, and yes, I did 6,000 steps each day just going to the restaurant and back for my meals, but it just meant I had an excuse to eat more cake. The hotel has tried to make the walkways as nice as possible. I have read that some people say at night it's very dark, but I didn't find this myself. My town has less lighting than this hotel, and it just means when you look up, the stars are amazing. Just watch out for a cat or two darting across the path. If we turn left here, it will take us up to the Italian restaurant that we visited earlier, and if we turned right, it will take us towards the pool and the adult-only section. And already we're back at the roundabout, taking us up to the town square or down to the pool. To the right here you can see the Poolside restaurant. This is open most of the day, serving breakfast, brunch, lunch and snacks through to 5 PM. There are 4 entrances, I'll show you another later in the video, and though it has fewer options, it can be a good choice if you've missed a meal time in the main restaurant. It seemed to have burgers and hot dogs available at lunch on one side and fish and meats on the other side, so have a look at both before you make your final choice. The waiting staff will offer drinks here and in the main restaurant, but they both have serve yourself stations in the middle with soda, water, beer and wine available. To the right here takes you to the pool, and the left takes you up to the town square. We often used this walkway to the main square as it was a bit quieter. I often felt like I was in Agrabah and should bump into Disney's Aladdin and Jasmine when walking around. Just the decor had that feel for me. It's great. Ooh, bananas! This roundabout has the kids' pool and art studio. The entrance to RiuLand is around to the left. For obvious reasons, I filmed this first thing in the morning. There are shallow pools, a play area, some ping pong tables and a jacuzzi for the parents. Around on the other side we have RiuArt Studio. Activities take place here each day and you just have to pay a small fee for the materials. You can check out the Riu app to find out what is available each day. More of the beautiful gardens. They were adding to these during our stay, so I'm sure they'll be even more amazing when you visit. Watch out for the staff on buggies! And here we are on the complete other end of the resort. Back at RiuArt, if you head towards the ocean, you'll find the spa and gym. Here they have a hairdresser, massage, gym, steam room and jacuzzi. and right next to it you have the infinity pool and bar. It has a lovely view over the beach. This was filmed first thing on Christmas morning, and you can see the towel brigade have already been out. It was a bit of a problem at times, but you can usually find a lounger. If we couldn't, we just headed onto the beach to one of the areas there. I'll show you them later in the video. Moving back towards the centre of the resort, gosh, you can see how windy it is, but it was still nice and warm, so I was happy. Just to the left of the pool, you have the RiuFit Cabana. If you want to know what sort of things the animation team have available, have a look at my post all about the entertainment and daily activities. I'll put the link in the description below. The pool is split into different areas, and the lounges are on different paths and loops around both sides of the pool. On the seafront side of the pool, they also have additional lounges facing out to the beach. You don't feel like you're crammed into the area, and you can find a peaceful spot if you want, or you can be in the centre of the action if you prefer. You can see the bar on the far side, which has a covered seating area if you want a drink and some shade. This is also the spot for the afternoon bingo if you want it. The bar also has a side with swim-up access and seats in the pool. There are some bridges that you can cut across, so you don't have to walk around the outside of the pool as it's huge. The built-up area in the middle has even more lounges and another jacuzzi, but the children do tend to run through it as part of their games, so it's not for everyone. The towel hut for this pool is on the far side as you head out towards the adult section. Back near the fitness cabana, you can head back towards the town square, past another entrance to the Poolside restaurant. The other two entrances are from the pool walkways. There's plenty of seating and you can get a nice breeze as it's all open-sided. Straight over here you have more sports facilities. For some reason they were closed while I was here, but there is a basketball court, football pitch and bowls. If you take the road around to the right, it takes you back to where we started the video. To the left, we're heading back to the town square. We're now passing the hotel's cat cafe. The cats here are some of the best fed strays I've ever seen. We're also going past the doctors, just in case you need it, but hopefully you won't. Less than half an hour, and we've seen the whole resort, so really don't worry about the walking. The resort is right on the beach, so you have the chance to have some gorgeous walks. See my video of the walk to the cliff to the left here. It's not as far as it looks. The link is in the description below. There are a few stalls on each end of the property selling souvenirs, and as you can see, there are lots of lounges and shaded areas. I worked from the covered area here a few times and had enough Wi-Fi to check my emails and social media. When we first arrived, there was a cliff edge of sand, but this has become much gentler over the month, so it must depend on the tides. We've had some epic waves. I didn't have a chance to get a measuring tape out, but I'm guessing well over 10 feet tall. This is the Scuba and Quad Biking Centre, where you can book some day trips. You can often see boats and quad bikes coming and going at different times of the day, and the lifeguards helping to get the boat back in safely. The sand can be a bit challenging to walk on. Some of it seems as solid as concrete, and then the next step it's like quicksand sucking your foot in up to your ankle. I did find if you walk where the wave line is, where the previous wave reached up to, then it can be a bit easier. The waves here are some of the strangest I have seen. I'm very comfortable in the water and a strong swimmer, but I was a bit worried at times. In our welcome meeting, we were told not to go past our waist due to the rocks, but even shallower, they can be hard work. One wave seems to try to pull your feet from under you, while the next rears up and tries to push you over. But it is nice to walk next to, or have a little paddle. Plus the sounds are relaxing. I even filmed some videos for relaxing or trying to get to sleep while I was here. Check them out on my YouTube channel. There are a few areas planted with palm trees along the beach, and the lounges are generally placed here. So if one area is a bit busy, you can walk over to the next. You can also move into more shade or full sun, as many people were doing. I've never seen so many shades of red. Be careful, people. The breeze makes it hard to tell you're burning. The last area is labelled on the map as adults only, but I didn't see anything saying this on the actual cabana. I never needed to search for a lounger for long, and didn't need to use this section as most people wanted to be by the pool and the bars, so there were plenty free. You can see there is nothing as far as the eye can see. The hotel is completely on its own, surrounded by sand dunes and one road that they built so people could get to this hotel. The staff come on a bus for their shift from one of the local cities. There are a couple of stores at this end of the property, similar to the other end, though I'm not sure you can see them here. This is the view of the adults only area and their private pool, bar and beach entrance. We then move to the main pool area. It is a huge area of the resort, which I think you can see better from this angle. This is the first day we've had clouds since we've been here. Just getting me used to the idea as we go home soon. I'm sure England is much colder and darker than here though. On the beach we have the volleyball courts. This is one of the activities the animation team do on most days. You can see the main pool bar again from the side of the pool, and the seating area and lounges that face out towards the beach, with their covers for shade if you want them. You just pull them across. You have two places where you can get onto the beach near the main pool, and they both have showers to get rid of the sand before you head back into the resort. One is right by the bar, and the other is near the fitness cabana and toilet block. They also have beach football as one of the activities they offer, and this seems to be one of the most popular. When they're due to start, they tend to give a bit of a yell around the main pool, so you can join if you want, but they don't hassle people, which is nice. I've been in some resorts that just make you want to hide, so that you can relax. Here is the other side of the Scuba and Quad Bike Centre, with some of the quad bikes out, so someone might have just come back. I was surprised by how fast they go along the beach, so keep your eye out when you're walking around. Just before the infinity pool, you can see the spa with some lounges available and a jacuzzi overlooking the beach. The infinity pool bar has one of the best views over the beach, and a lot of people come here for sundown. You can see here the beach access, shower, pool, and lots of the lounges. This was my favourite pool. It was just a bit quieter and was closer to our accommodation. The only downside, the towel hut is only open until 2. Ooh, watch out for the quad bikers! It's a great hotel, and I've really enjoyed my time here. It's really well thought out in its layout, and I've never been to a hotel where I didn't have to struggle for sun lounges like I have here. It was a refreshing change. I hope you've enjoyed your walk around the Riu Touareg Hotel, and you got to see everything you wanted to. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more tours and tips from my travels.